you suspect lead, have it tested. You can either do it yourself with the household lead test kit available in the paint department, or you can call in a professional. If it is lead-based paint, do not attempt to remove it by sanding or with a heat gun. Contact the Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, at 1-800-424-LEAD or www.epa.gov/lead for guidance. If it's not lead-based, you'll still need to wear a tight-fitting, dust-resistant mask to avoid breathing in those tiny particles. If you can smell a solvent or paint, you are breathing it. Read the labels closely to learn if a mask or respirator is recommended. Always be sure your indoor workspace is adequately ventilated by opening windows on at least 2 walls and using a fan for circulation. Keep children and pets out of range of all dangerous solvents and fumes, both when you're working with these products and when they're stored. Two things to keep out of your lungs are solids and solvents. Unfortunately, paint projects generate both. Sanding produces a fine powder which is difficult to avoid breathing without a mask for protection. The most dangerous from this dust family is that from lead-based paint or from asbestos in older ceiling tiles that were installed before 1978. So if you're rehabbing an older home, this is an important safety consideration. There are several phases of any painting project that require safety precautions and the right equipment for the job. If you're removing paint with chemical strippers or a heat gun, always wear a chemical fumes respirator and provide plenty of ventilation. There are 2 types of respirators applicable to painting projects: particulate and cartridge. A particulate respirator resists dust. It filters out dry particles and most non-oil-based liquid droplets. You'll want a particulate respirator when sanding bare or painted wood, except lead-based paint, drywall, and rusted surfaces. Special purpose particulate respirators are available for spraying latex paint and sanding, not burning, lead-based paint. Cartridge respirators contain both particulate filters and chemically active canisters for absorbing solvent vapors. You'll want a cartridge respirator when spraying solvent-based paints and working with solvents and strippers. Be aware that unless specifically stated otherwise, no homeowner-type respirator protects against lead fumes, asbestos fibers, or sandblasting. No respirator will protect you unless it's fitted properly. A respirator must form an airtight seal around your nose and mouth. Respirators can't work properly with beards, so it's either time to shave or hire out this part of the job. To fit your particulate respirator, first position the mask under your chin. Pull the top and bottom straps over your head and position them just above and below your ears. Using the same fingers of both hands, mold the soft metal nose strap to your nose. Test the fit by covering the mask with both hands and drawing a sharp breath. It should be difficult to breathe. To fit a cartridge respirator, place the respirator loosely over your face, low on the bridge of your nose. Fasten the straps for a snug but comfortable fit. Test the fit by covering the air inlets and breathing in gently. The mask should draw up against your face, and you should neither hear nor feel any leakage. If you smell fumes or feel dizzy, either the respirator doesn't fit, the canisters are the wrong type, or they are used up. Always read the warnings on paint, solvent, and stripper containers and compare them to the listed capabilities of the respirator canister. Protect your eyes with goggles when you're painting overhead or using a paint sprayer. When you use a sprayer, double-check hoses and fittings and check the spray in a safe direction. It's important to wear a respirator when you use solvent-based paints and to turn off all pilot lights and other spark sources. To avoid spills, place open paint containers where you won't trip over them. Again, keep children and pets out of the work area. After your project is complete, you'll need to either store or dispose of your paints, stains, and solvents. For storing, make sure paint containers are unbreakable and securely sealed with child-proof lids. To reduce paint skinning to an absolute minimum, store the can upside down. Disposing is a little trickier. Call 1-800-CLEANUP or check with your local trash department for your state or county regulations. If permissible, you can dry paint by pouring paint hardener, vermiculite, or cat litter into the can and leaving the lid off until the mass solidifies. Always place the can in a secure location while it dries out. Follow these tips to work safely. It's the most important part of any home improvement project. Stepladders make the job of painting walls so much easier, but the stepladder injuries can be serious and painful. Let's look at the proper ways to use them. Make sure the stepladder contacts the floor solidly on all 4 feet. If it doesn't, it could move unexpectedly with just a slight shift of your weight. Before you stand on it, lock the ladder in the open position by pushing down on the braces until they catch. Never try to shift a stepladder while standing on it. Don't ever stand on the top 2 steps. If you can't easily reach what you're trying to paint, you need a taller ladder. Think safety when you paint and protect yourself as carefully as you do your possessions. Everyone's mind jumps to taping baseboards and cloaking furniture with drop cloths for safety, but it's your health and well-being that should come to mind first. When you're painting inside, keep these critical safety issues in mind. Protect your eyes. Scraping, power sanding, painting overhead, and spray painting all send particles or paint droplets flying into the air that could easily land in your eyes. You can pick up an inexpensive pair of safety goggles in the Home Depot paint department. If you do get something in your eye, rinse it out immediately with fresh water. Don't let your skin get burned. Many liquids associated with painting are toxic or harmful to your skin. Thinners, removers, cleaning solvents, and bleach never should be handled without first putting on your neoprene gloves. Use latex gloves when painting with latex paint and stains. Wear cloth work gloves when using sharp or abrasive tools like sanders, steel wool, or scrapers.